Show down the side, down below.
Where's my coffee?
Armed political extremists have taken hostages downtown. Somebody do something!
Wait! Stop! We'll get to all of that. Just relax, okay? We'd lost Shelly a year ago. These days, it's just me and the kid.
He looks great.
That's just right about the black part. That part's pretty good.
No, give him back.
I don't want to hurt him.
Why didn't you do anything?
Sometimes it's better to do nothing. It's going good.
You're saying that this corporation would knowingly poison its own customers just to boost their own profit margins?
Maybe whenever you're ready.
Summon
let me know.
the nuts.
Okay, summoning the nuts.
I didn't want any of this. I'm a monster.
You're not a monster. Show him your good heart.
Hey, buddy, I'm your dad.
What the?
I wasn't even involved. But sometimes, you gotta do something. Who the fuck are you? Just some dude with a mouth!
Holding hands up.
How does it feel to be a hero?
A simple melody.
Do you realize what's at stake here?
Everything!
Find him, bring him here. There you are.
Only the good things in life, that's all that matters.
That was just self-defense. You haven't killed anyone else, have you?
See, when you say, self-defense,
Only the good things.
He's an ugly son of a bitch, though.
That's all that matters to me.
The Toxic Avenger.
That's what the kids are calling him. I think it's swell.
I think his trailers go. It's a pretty good.
So what everybody think?
Oh my god.
The trailer what? Better than the movie? What?
No, definitely not better than the movie.
No. It's a good trailer.
It sold
though.
it. Yeah,
It sold
it
the
sold the
movie.
movie.
It
It found
sold
it.
the
Found its audience.
Everything you're about to experience in there. So I think it does pretty good.
I only noticed the one quote. Maybe there was more than one reviewer's quote. I just noticed it was like unhinged, something, but then it was from discussing film, which is like I was said while we were chatting during the movie. It's like a review from like the most basic, regular, normal, like blog. Like if they wanted some, film.com says it's unhinged. Yeah, you're like, ooh,
Yes, it found
like,
its audience.
Like we should have immediately known when there wasn't like a quote from some like insane director or filmmaker or actor or like Dread Central or something. Yeah.
Right.
Even Bloody Disgusting, I would feel is kind of like too basic, but Dread Central's a little bit like someone, Fangoria, whatever. You guys get it.
Yeah, well, I'd probably have a lot more respect for someone that was from Bloody Disgusting than someone from Screen Rant or fucking Looper. That's all shills. Those people are all bought and paid for. And Rotten Tomatoes. When someone says that they're a Rotten Tomatoes approved critic, I'm always like,
never mind. Yeah,
it's
never
like
mind. It's
I review fucking movies all the time, and I'm not taking shit from fucking Rotten Tomatoes. I'll talk shit about them anyways all the time. Fuck them. Sorry. How long does it have to be before you consider it?
Evan's like, I won't smoke. Evan's like, I won't smoke pot on screen just in case, but I'll talk shit about all the people you might want to work with.
well, I mean, you know, you guys can hang out wherever you want.
No, we're just messing around.
So
But they're all great though. But they're all great.
Right.
Chuko, what did you say that?
Razor.
Or you mean?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, I saw it.
I couldn't tell who said that. You said who's great.
Oh yeah, no, he's like you can hang out with whoever they want. They're all great. That's all I say.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well,
yeah, it seems like everybody.
I guess I don't know. Do you want me to say it? Or I mean, well, I was just gonna say everyone can just introduce themselves. I'm Evan Landon, Villain the Cinema. So
are you technically hosting this right now, but on Chris's channel,
right,
or something? Like, because you had asked to watch this a few weeks ago,
right?
And
right.
And then Hazy refused to help.
Like that's all I'm gonna do as a host is just let you guys introduce each other.
Yeah. Listen,
and
you
just
can do
steer
whatever
the
you want.
conversation. I don't know. Maybe if like but yeah.
Listen, we'll listen. Whatever you do, whatever you thought to do, we'll do. You're the host.
Well, he just said we have to introduce ourselves, so go ahead, Chris.
Right.
You can go clockwise.
I'm Chris. Yes, I'm of now the new Todd Yeager experience.
Chris here is our back end producer normally of the Todd Yeager experience. We don't see his pretty face so often.
Right. Thank God, everybody.
Lots of editing.
Whatever.
So go ahead. Who's next?
Me?
Mo?
I'll go next.
Or you?
Hi guys. It's Mo.
Hi, Mo.
Also known as Mo Raven, also known as Mo Dazzle. I'm here for your moral support and good looks.
The best looking one here for sure.
Stop it. Stop it. Yep.
By far.
Discord
Frank is a close
homie.
second.
I agree.
Like I said earlier, I look like I just got out of Vietnam, man.
Yeah.
Yo, that look is back.
Some devils.
Yeah, I could easily rank us 1 through 6.
Really?
Yeah, really easy. I already got it done. It's already in my head.
Already done.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Thank you.
Based on aesthetics alone.
Yeah.
You're too kind. You're too kind.
Everything.
Mo just wins all 6 spots.
You know, I do what I can. I'm just
No.
I love to chat about the
Why would I rank her
so why
6th?
not?
That would be
She wins
Oh,
all
it's starting
6
at the
spots.
worst.
Yeah, but 6.
It's just Mo.
I understand, but 6 is last place, and I would never give Mo last place.
But she's also first.
When you're
By far.
If you're not first, you're last.
Yeah.
It work both ways.
That is true. That is true. We do live by Ricky Bobby rules in this house.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, even though we kind of all know each other, Chunk, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody.
Where'd Evan go?
I'm the Chunky Code Monkey, residential horror movie fan and funny dude, and also homeless looking as well. I gotta fix this. I'm gonna fix this.
I like it.
The sound effects are killing me.
And then our most famous member, Chuko.
Chuko.
Oh my God, that's what I'm known as right now.
Yeah,
you're
too
most-
famous.
Now
You're our most famous
there you
member.
go.
Well, actually, I guess Evan is our most famous. I'm sorry, he has like 17,000 followers on Twitter. Evan is very famous.
Wow.
I like how Frank said it was casually. Just like casually just got almost 20K followers on Twitter. So
Well, I don't even know where you
Unfortunately,
started.
though,
I don't know where you had like a year or two ago when we met. I
used
didn't.
to play I played like music and shit, and then I guess from that, and then I just kept like writing, putting stuff out, and people just gravitated towards it, and I just kept going.
I guess what I'm saying is I don't know what number you were at a few years ago when we first met. Did you go from 1,000 to 17,000 in 2 years?
I look at that shit.
Wow.
I got
I
you.
either follow someone back or I don't.
Word. All right. Well, I didn't mean to interrupt, Chuko. This is a super important introduction.
no, it's okay. I'm Chuko from Chuko's Cinema
when I
on
first got with
YouTube.
you guys was through Reezy.
Holy shit! Evan doesn't give a fuck, Chuko.
Oh wow.
Reezy was in one of my spaces.
I'm sorry. When did you start doing the spaces?
What?
It's like a stampede scene in The Lion King.
Oh yeah, no, I had to get this. But yeah, like we got into spaces because Reezy. So I'll do like those. I'll do those midnight society things, just an open forum to come and chat and whatever on Twitter and the space.
A Reezy.
And we've got like a
Reezy's
pretty core group of people that like to do it, but you know, we're just sitting around getting high and talking shit. You know,
That's what's good. This is good.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
it's good
met
for the
Reezy.
souls.
We
Reezy was
met
there, and
Reezy.
he invited me in. He's like, "Oh, you'd love these guys." I'm like, as soon as they're just like, I'm like, "Yep, man, thanks."
Sweet.
That was
Me
like
and
2 years
Chris.
ago.
Are you able to hear us? I feel like you're not able to hear any of us when we talk.
No, I heard. Were you talking?
Whoa.
I mean, Chuko talked for a little while. I was
If you
talking. I was
were,
just
then
wondering
no.
how loudly you might hear us. Am I coming through as like everyone hears
Oh
me
wait,
clearly?
No.
there goes Mo.
Everyone clearly?
Nope, I'm here. I'm here.
Nope.
Yes,
Wait, hold on.
loud and clear.
No.
What's that, Shetty?
Just to finish the thought real quick, Chris and I met Reezy in a space like a year, two or 3 years ago. That's how we met him as well in a Twitter Spaces. So that's cool that y'all are still doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chuko, introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm Chuko from Chuko's Powerhouse Cinema. You know, Blumhouse level horror fan to the server, and I watch 1/3 of the movie and give a rating on it most of the time, or a quarter of it.
You strictly did that today again. I feel like you definitely gave up on that movie at some point.
Yeah, you know, I think midway through.
5 minutes.
Whenever I saw the title Toxic Avenger, I clocked out. You know, I was just when I saw it.
Wow.
No, I didn't. I didn't. No.
Yes, you did. It's okay. Listen, honesty is the best policy. Is that how you felt?
Finishing up the notebook.
You hated it. You hated it.
There's some poultry scenes between them.
It took me 90 minutes to figure out Peter Dinklage was in it.
It's 90 minutes. It was only 100. It was only. It was just about 90 minutes.
Yeah.
He's on a tape delay.
I think it took him that long to
same...
Peter Dinklage didn't figure he was in it till about 90 minutes.
He wasn't even in most of it. His voice.
That's what I was about to say. Was it just his voice when
it was
he
just
turned into Toxie?
it's just a short Puerto Rican woman.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
I heard in an interview something about that.
Yeah.
I
that was
thought
something I was going to bring up too. I don't know. Oh, Frank, did you?
I didn't introduce myself. I guess we wanted to do that real quickly. I'm Frank. Me and Chris started the MonsterFam Discord server a couple years ago, and that's what brought all of us weirdos together to this video today. So I guess that's like
got that right.
A quick introduction. And so that's cool. That I'm glad we're doing introductions because we don't normally do that. So this is like a first. This is like people have been talking about turning this into like a podcast for a while, and I don't feel like we've ever really done good intros to any of these. We're just kind of like, hey, what the hell's going on, guys? Like, yeah,
that's our thing.
So it's good that we did some intros. That's cool. But Evan, you take over. This was your idea.
Well, no, I mean, like I've just done hosting before. Like, Villainous Cinema was a radio show before it was a podcast, and then I just started writing reviews, and that's because it's easier. Like, you don't have to get like people together to do a podcast. Or just to write, you know,
when you write a review,
together podcast, and you need them to like show up and stuff. And so as it gets like tedious after a while, and then you're like, I don't even know if I want to do it. Whatever. Like I had my mom on it, you know, and so whenever like she would, we're still on Spotify too, so like we'll go back and listen to one. But she said she just got tired of watching the movies that I wanted to talk about, and I probably would make her watch this one. And she would hate it.
Oh, good.
And what did you think of it?
Be careful what I say.
What did you think of Toxic Avenger? Even if your mom would hate it, what did you like it?
Who, me?
Evan? Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I should go last.
Perfect.
Whatever.
Let's start top. Let's go. The way I see it is,
I'll go last.
Chris, and then Chunky, and then Mo, and then me, and then Chuko, and then you. That sounds like a good. We already know our order.
There it is. I hope you guys are seeing the same blocks that I am. Like up here is Mo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Over here is Frank.
Yeah, I'm down here.
Okay, cool.
And then Chris is up there.
Yeah,
it's like a really weird Brady bunch. It's like
very weird Brady bunch.
It's weird
so
as
Chris,
it gets. All right,
what did you think?
At me.
I wanted to like it. I have an open mind. I like the strangest movies. I watch the craziest shit, everything. I wanted to like this, but I don't know. I just felt like they didn't put any effort at all into. Maybe they put effort into making it like Frank said, like not family, but something for everyone, and it failed miserably at that. So it just felt like there should have been more gore. It should have been disgusting. There should have been, scenes that I don't know. This just felt really generic for me.
Mm-hmm. That's a good place to start, Chunk.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence as to whether or not this is a good movie. I have fun watching it, and I take it. If you take it as a love letter to the Troma genre, I think it does. I think it does a really good step for it. I think that, but one of the things that made the original Toxic Avenger so good, and it's probably a little unfair to compare this to the original Toxic Avenger, yes and no, because they're invoking that memory, of course. But I just don't know if this movie is indie enough. I know that they had like a pretty big push, and they were trying to get a bunch of attention on it for the marketing purposes and everything. But I mean, it's got star power. It's got recognizable studios as the names. Their budget, let me see the numbers I have here, was around 10 to 20 million estimated for this film.
Wow.
And so I'm just like,
for a Troma movie, that's a lot more money than they need, right?
Right. So if you take the original movie that's like this indie darling, and it's like it's trying to, do a bunch with a little, and then you got this movie that's kind of the exact opposite. It's doing a little with a whole lot that they have. They've got a budget on the back end. They've got like I said, they got star power. Even if Dinklage isn't on camera that much, he's still like that name carries a ton of weight.
Kevin Bacon, Elijah Wood, also.
Yeah,
and neither of them were particularly used as much as they could have been, or as well as they could have been.
Right. Yeah. They were definitely background characters almost, especially.
Oh, you see where they spent all their money.
Yeah. A lot of it came from name and VFX, and I know there's a lot of talk about them trying CGI. Trying to balance a lot more practical versus CGI, and I've complained about that kind of stuff in the past, using too much CGI. But it's just like when you see that budget, you're like, there had to have been a significant amount of CGI, and there had to have been for them to do some of their scenes.
Yeah, that's when it works perfectly together, like almost seamlessly, where it's like, CGI and practical effects, and you just kind of utilize the CGI over practical effects.
Yeah,
you get some really cool shit doing that. So
yeah,
I always say just marry the two together and be experimental.
Yeah,
right. And it depends on the movie. Like some movies get hurt by looking too clean or having too much money behind them. And like, especially like when you go back to a lot of these 80s movies that were made with small budgets, and people love them for their grimy look, and that wasn't even an amateur look. It just made it feel more authentic. And now that these movies have bigger budgets, it's hard to recreate a low budget film with a lot of money behind it. It's just a weird balance you have to get. And I don't know.
Especially when you have people who are in these studios, a lot of them feel like low budget to do a low budget look isn't very marketable.
Right.
And I think that's a big thing. They're just like, well, we want the movie to look good. Mm-hmm. I'm like, but it looking bad is part of the point,
That's not a Troma movie if it doesn't look bad. It's not a Troma movie if you don't see the scenes. It's not a Troma movie.
Exactly. If you're filming your
movie
on,
I could put some music. Yeah.
I could be. I mean, I am a Troma fan through and through. The Toxic Avenger was one of the first memories of a movie that I wasn't supposed to be watching, and I'm notorious for telling that story because I did. And I was traumatized. Well, in the original, I saw him go into that vat of chemicals, and I had nightmares for forever. Tromeo and Juliet was one of the only English movies that I had while I was in Puerto Rico as a kid, because I could go and buy whatever kind of Troma movie I wanted back then. So it gives me Troma bits. This movie gives me little bits, as much as my lovely Lloyd, as much as he was in it, that's how much of the old Troma it gave me. I felt it. I felt it for real. I felt, especially when that doctor was eating that sandwich. At first second, I forgot all about it. I'm like, oh yeah, they're always eating. Whether it's a cop, whether it's the governor, the mayor, they're always eating, always. So why not the doctor be eating a sandwich while he's telling you
the
that
jet setting,
your
man,
news? So I'm also on the fence. I've loved watching the parts that I've seen, the 3 times that I've tried to watch this movie all the way through. But you know what? All that damn money, and you want to give me that CGI blood? Get out of here. That's not Troma.
Yeah. I don't know too many people who like CGI blood. Besides girl.
Because I'm a movie snob. Because I think that's the movie snob in me saying I don't like CGI blood as much as it might be economical for another part of the movie. I just hate it. It takes me out of the movie magic.
I think of all the CGI that you could put in a movie, the biggest sin of CGI is CGI blood. Like it never looks right. It never looks good. And if you do the occasional blood splatter, that's all right. I was actually I was watching the 4K version of Halloween Kills just yesterday, and there was a couple of blood splatters in there, and you could look at it and just be like, that's CGI, because it almost never looks right. And to me that's aggravating.
It's one of those movies that I absolutely detest, but everybody else loves.
Halloween Kills.
Halloween. Yeah.
I can understand the frustration.
Not my Halloween.
I don't like Halloween Kills.
Season of the Witch.
Yeah. There was one head killing scene in TOXIE, the new TOXIE, where like I feel like part of it was practical and then part of it was CGI. It added like extra squirts and it brought its value down to me entirely because it immediately and I'm going to say this as a compliment to Psycho Ape. It immediately reminded me of a couple of the blood splatter scenes in Psycho Ape. And I'm like, this much more expensive $12 million movie compared to a $12,000 movie should not even slightly remind me of each other. And so that felt really, really super cheap.
How much do you think it made? How much do you think it made?
That the new TOXIE is made?
Yeah.
I was like, what? Because I don't know how. Which is not good.
Not great. No.
And then, if they spent $12 million making it, and because here's why it's not good. They were hoping when they initially made it that it was going to hit like a general audience who might make it 15 or 20 million or something, and then they watered it down because of that. And now it's not even going to hit the hardcore old school audience because some of these movies don't make enough money in theaters, but then if you're like nostalgic, the old school people will buy the box sets and the posters and the fucking toys and the fucking whatever. We're not gonna because this movie fucking sucked.
Well, there's merchandising that could go with it, but the merchandising from like the early like 90s.
Yeah. Chris, can you share my screen for a second?
Yes.
So I didn't know this. I made the comment while we were watching the movie in Discord that reminded me of like a 90s Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. And then I'm looking at the Wikipedia right now. And apparently in 2013, Arnold Schwarzenegger was in talks for a role in the film. And I had no idea. Did y'all know that?
Yeah. That was there's a YouTube thing that was on it I watched. They were talking about that. I don't know. I like to watch reviews and stuff. So.
And he dropped out to work on Terminator Genesis?
What a terrible fucking choice. I mean, Guillermo del Toro would have been great. But just I guess just because I feel like we've been going like in a good order of like just kind of talking about the film. My like I said in chat, one of my major thoughts was the tone of the film. Like a lot of the characters seemed on point almost. You can remove my screen. I just wanted to show that for a second, Chris. Thank you. A lot of the characters felt cool, like the killer Nuts, the band.
I like them. I like them a lot.
Cool.
I would watch content with them in it.
I would if it was like stylized right. Like this didn't feel. It felt like they were like it felt like it was like a I don't know, it just felt so distant. It didn't feel like we were actually experiencing it. And so I feel like Psycho Gorman and Frankie Frico, like I said in chat, are like the absurd, like real, like they almost felt like what do you call that show? The Office. Psycho Gorman
Like a
almost like it feels,
mockumentary?
in a way, Psycho Gorman feels like you're there with them. And to me, like I'm not gonna say it's like The Office but you feel much more there and it's much more absurd. And that's what this movie's tone should have been. And instead, it was like too real, too fucking whatever.
Yeah, well, those movies, excuse me, had smaller budgets, so maybe that plays into it. They have a more of a, I don't know. There's just something about this. This Dead Out felt like a mainstream Hollywood big movie, and you're not supposed. You're really not supposed to feel that. I mean, I don't think so with this kind of movie, especially
At all.
this
Yeah.
one,
And Chuko, had you ever seen the original? I forget. You said no.
This is my first introduction to the property at all. So I remember hearing about it. Yeah, like I've never seen anything
before
related to the
Toxic
Toxic.
Is this your first Troma film?
Well, this isn't even a Troma film.
I know it's not. I know, but it's based off of a Troma property.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. Go.
I would have to say it probably is. Entirely
Get the
sure.
fuck out of
if
here.
I've seen it. Okay, bye.
You've never seen any
Troma
films?
Thanks for coming, Chuko.
Hey, this is Chuko's Powerhouse Cinema. I'll be signing out. I'm good.
No. I mean, so realistically, I guess that the answer is like most people haven't seen too much more than Toxic Avenger and Class of Nukem High and like a handful of Troma films. So if he hasn't seen TOXIE, it's fair to say he probably hasn't seen any Troma films.
I'll say this:
Let me
it's
some
like
slack
it's like you're in one. As soon as you got one Troma film, like you start watching them all. Like there was this one that I watched the other day. I can't even remember I can't remember the name of it. I was trying to block it from my head, like so bad.
Oh no!
It wasn't nice. It wasn't.
It was
nice,
so
was
no.
it?
I mean like bad, not as in like it was done bad. It was just bad.
Is Blood Freak Troma? I'm trying to remember.
Blood sucking freaks.
Blood sucking freaks. Yeah.
No,
I don't think that's Troma.
No.
That's a
Yes.
that's
full
a lot of
moon.
CGI
Is that
too.
full? No, wait.
That was back when David Arquette won the WCW World Heavyweight Belt.
Yeah,
it was
well,
it was distributed by Troma. Absolutely.
Yes, I
It
know.
was distributed by them. Oh snap!
Yeah, it wasn't made by them, but then I love that
wrote
movie.
down every single
It's a good
Troma
movie.
movie at one point in time because, again, I'm in Puerto Rico. I have no English media whatsoever. And for some reason, all the Troma movies in the DVD store were there. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll just pick this one. And the rabbit hole began.
I just want to say I think it's fascinating that the only English speaking movie you can watch is Romeo and Juliet.
I'm telling
It's fascinating. I mean, I'm not even thinking about that.
you,
But
for my
good
type,
is bad.
for my type of media, if Romeo and Juliet is the most bonkers that I can find at that time, like, what was it, 96, 97, 98, somewhere in there that I found
Yeah,
it.
it was around the time they did the real Romeo and Juliet one.
Yeah, so it was around that would be a movie marathon in itself right there. Every version of Romeo and Juliet, including Troma's version.
Where are you going?
There's this one movie that's like it's like Razorhead meets Deer Hunter.
Where am I going?
So fucked
Yeah,
up.
where are you?
My dog.
Okay.
My dog needs to
Dogs.
be groomed.
Nice. That's cool. Chuko. So as your first Troma experience, though, like, so then what were your thoughts of the movie? You didn't really get to like go into your thoughts.
No, I was interested in it. I remember seeing announcements for Toxic Avenger, and kind of the marketing behind it, and then it completely fell off. I don't know. I'm sure you guys know a little bit more than I do about why that happened, but I do remember seeing like, oh, this is coming out. I remember seeing stills of Elijah Wood in character and stuff like that, and I was like, okay, well, I'll check it out, But it just kind of completely disappeared, and then I lost it, and then there's been kind of murmurs about it and this and that. So when they suggested we watch it early September, I was like, oh, okay, so I guess it's been out and I just missed it. only to find that it's recently coming out, a movie from 2023 to 2025, and I could kind of see why it's sat on the shelf a little bit, you know. As much as I was like joking that I didn't like it, there was a couple of things. It was interesting for me to hear you say that you didn't like certain stylistic choices that they made, because I thought that was its saving grace for me. I thought like there was kind of like a comic book feel to it, that whenever I said it reminded me of like the Eric Bana Hulk. It was kind of that, not so much the transitions and whatnot, but just the kind of general feel, the overdone aspect of it, kind of comic book feel to it. And I thought that was kind of its saving grace. Some of the jokes kind of landed a little bit better. I liked the over the top from Kevin Bacon and Peter Dinklage, you know, some of that where it's just kind of like silly fun. I thought that was cool. But as far as like, should I have waited 2 years for this movie to come out? Probably not. Like I wasn't like, you know, on the edge of my seat or anything.
Well, you wouldn't have been because you weren't a fan of the OGs, so there's no reason that you would. But so I don't know if you noticed when I even said in chat, I said they were trying to make a comic book, like a superhero introduction, whatever you call it, the first appearance out of this. They were like, and with good reason, because TOXIE got turned into the Toxic Crusaders back in the day, and he kind of felt like a superhero. So it wasn't wrong for them to say, let's make this feel like a Marvel or like a DC superhero movie. But they did it too much in the like.
It says that when they first, like back in 2010, they were gonna do a remake of it. That's when Arnold got involved with it. That fell
absolutely.
through. Then that's when they got their brains guns like, oh, we need to get the rights to that.
And then who needs to get the rights to it? Say that.
No, it's like, so then they found two guys wrote the screenplay, and then they had two other guys doctor it up, and then once it was like gonna be put to screen, they had to write under what's his name, Bacon Mayer.
Oh, Macon Blair.
Did I say Bacon Mayer?
So you're saying the director? Yeah, I got you.
Macon Blair.
His name's right there. Yeah, Macon Blair.
Name's right there. Macon Blair.
So I think, but I think it's so interesting that Chuko, you actually liked the movie for the exact reason that I think all of us dislike it.
Right. But it's weird because I guess because it's just because I don't have like a frame of reference. You know?
Not all of it.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't
it's your first
like
watch.
the movie.
Yeah,
you know,
like Chuko is taking it in the purest form possible.
Yeah, the very purest.
That's how he's viewing it from it. And that's
he's our virgin.
I just thought there could have been more of it. Like it could have been more. Like Kevin Bacon could have been more. Everything could have been done. You know, a lot
more absurd,
a little more
everything. More cartoonish. Yeah.
Right.
Evan, you're a host.
Opinion. I don't know.
Yeah.
And you said you wanted to wait till the end to tell us your opinion.
Oh yeah.
And so what the heck did you think of it?
I fucking loved it. I think it's the best
Shut
movie
the
of the year. Sorry, these are my feelings.
I'm really glad that actually was the wrap up and the joke we needed.
Is he like seriously just fucking with us, just to fuck with us? I'm like,
I can't tell honestly,
but I might be the only one.
You never know.
Loves this movie.
You're a great.
So no, seriously, tell us what you loved
There's
about it.
There's only one thing about this movie that I did not like, so that's why I would give it like such a high rating. On which we'll do at the end if we want to. But go back around and be like, oh, what'd you rate? But I think like it has the feel of like the Troma movie, but it's just such a new like way too, and it's got like everything's moving so fast, and like if you look at like a lot of what everybody's putting out, like content creators, like shit like that, like everything's very like spastic. It's always like flashes moving because that's how kids' brains are doing with all these things. It's just like so fast, and that's all.
Just the kids. Just the kids.
Yeah, now you got like
we all have just focus to read
multiplication problems and shit like that. And flashcards in between. Let them, whatever, watching Peppa Pig or whatever. But it's like that's what it is. It's like everything was just moving so fast that I was able to kind of really keep up with. And then when it got to the gore, I was not let down. I was like, yes, that is perfect.
That's
like,
when I started to get happy too.
Yeah. And what did keep that from getting done, because they said they started, I think it's like 2018 when they started like getting it all together. And I think principal photography was done like in 20 or 21 or whatever. but it wasn't released until 2023, and that's because they had to keep and then 23 into 25, which we're just getting it now in August of 25. But it was actually released at the fest. I forget which festival.
What about Fantastic Fest? I think in Austin.
Fantastic Fest, yeah.
Probably,
and that was
yeah.
like in 2023. So this,
yeah, it was screened the one time, and then it was shelved for the 2 years because, and who knows what the real reason is, but they tried to advertise it as because it's too extreme to put in theaters, and that's why after Terrifier 3 came out unrated, they're like, well, we'll release this unrated, and it was part of the marketing. I think they just didn't believe in it or whatever.
Yeah. Well, that was what I was gonna say too. Is that with the whole sausages? No, that's sorry, jump up there. Bad cat.
No.
The cat, the dog. Chuko's like in the part.
Fucking Troma movies. I know what I do. I love my cat. All right, so no, but that with what was like, there's some really awesome kills, like him dipping the mop into the vat of goo, like that was, and then he smacks the guy's fucking head off, and I was just like, yeah, this now it's happening. You know what I mean? And they're like throwing out homages to the first one too, with the first guy getting his arm ripped off, which happens in the other movie.
Yes.
And then there's the scene at the Chicken Shack, whatever. Oh no, it was called Miss Meat. And those guys were they were gonna take hostages because it used to be Mr. Meat. And it turned into a girl.
And they were bad. They were bad about
to kill people.
Well, the news anchor says something about that, right? He's like, it used to be Mr. Meat.
Yeah.
And he gets all mad at the co-host.
I get it. I get it. So I thought it was very clever in a lot of ways. And it was also the same place that was the home of Poultrygeist, Night of the Chicken Dead. Frank, you know.
That's what I recognized, yeah.
I watch it every birthday. Every single time it's my birthday, I watch my Poultrygeist, Night of the Chicken Dead. When else you gotta watch it? Huh?
Are you doing sound effects right now, Chris? Is that what's happening when someone said, oh, crap? What just happened there?
No. Wait.
What was that?
Not that time. What did you hear? What kind?
I don't know. I heard something.
But yeah, that was
Frank.
That was like one of the best parts. And I thought like all the acting was really awesome too. That was like, I think that was like the best part of it, because if they did dump, you know, a bunch of money on it, I don't think it was. I think Elijah Wood's one of the producers, so I don't think he would pay himself a whole lot.
Yeah,
you never know.
He's super into the genre, like into genre filmmaking. He's like, I feel like from what I've read and heard about him, he like will take pay cuts to make weird movies or whatever.
Yeah, it's a cool kid. Like
he was in that remake of Maniac, and I thought he did a really good job.
Yeah, he played Maniac.
That movie. Yeah,
He played the titular character.
He was very good in that.
Yeah, but
I met him.
Yeah, I can think of it.
I didn't meet him, but I crossed paths with him at a Fantastic Fest in 2018. I was at the after party for the entire festival as a volunteer. Like I was working it technically. And that was the same year he was caught in that picture where he's riding a scooter. It's like there's famous meme about Elijah Wood riding a scooter. You would all recognize it. And so I'm watching him play. Oh my god! I hear fucking say that again. So whatever. I go to take a picture. You're coming through so choppy. I can't tell sometimes, Mo. But I go to take a picture of him playing like a carnival game, and you could tell he immediately like froze and like didn't want to be part of the picture. He didn't want another meme of him that week. He's like, I was like, oh, I didn't mean to scare him off. Whoops! It was like a deer. He was like a deer to me that day. I was like, oh, it's the elusive Elijah Wood.
We found one in the wild.
Yeah, no. So yeah, I just watched him playing a game, and then he ran off. Yeah, that's the picture. Exactly. That's the exact. It was like a week after that picture. Where that is? So that's the street from Lamar Avenue that leads to the side street where the most famous Alamo Draft House is. The first Alamo Draft House.
I have no idea why this picture makes me so happy.
And that's where they do Fantastic Fest every year.
Happy too.
And he's just scooting from the fucking movie theater, and it's like, yes, his face is amazing.
Oh, precious.
You can tell he's on his way to go get an ice cream cone. He is just having the best day of his life.
Yeah, there's a There's a Shake Shack
He's singing
15
that
feet
song.
down the road.
Never got into drugs like all the
He's
other
singing the
kids.
song from SpongeBob, "The Best Day Ever." He's just that's just playing in his head. He's just like, yeah,
The best day.
it's the best day. Yeah, just on this. Exactly. That's exactly what I thought.
What a happy moment for all of us.
Yeah, Elijah Wood on a scooter.
Wait, where's the
I'm a better person now having seen Elijah Wood on a scooter.
Yeah.
We all
You know,
are.
I'm gonna go out there and make the world a better place. Now, having seen that picture,
I'm gonna go ride a scooter now.
I have a scooter. I ride my scooter to the pub down the street at least once a week. I'll take a picture later and I'll try and recreate that.
Be creative, Frank. There you go. Have
I
it
will.
ready.
I'll have like that stupid smile. It's funny.
there was nothing stupid about that
Stupid
smile,
mustache.
Frank, all right?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Cheap Dog.
Right.
So
Those went
Evan,
out a long time ago, friend.
Evan loves it. So we all know each other's opinion of the new one. Have any of y'all? So Toxie, Toxie as a property. It had the first three. That was kind of like the trilogy. That was like the holy trilogy. That was the Star Wars. And then they made Citizen Toxie many years later, and that was kind of like it happened. Bill is in it. Bill, our very good friend Bill Whedon is in Citizen Toxie, which is amazing. But it felt kind of like sometimes you'll forget the fourth one's there in a way. I don't hate to say it.
Yeah.
I think I'm the most qualified to talk about the originals, having never seen them. So I'm just gonna back out of those. I just want to publicly say I have nothing to say about the originals, seeing as I've never seen them. Go ahead, guys.
And then there was a Marvel comic in the 90s of like 12 issues, and now there's an Ahoy comic, and they've done 10 issues or so. And so that's the whole talk. Oh no! And then there's the fucking cartoon, Toxic Crusaders. So I guess that's where I learned
13
about
episodes. I watched them all
because I've seen them all as well. And so I remember being a kid when I had all of the Ghostbusters figures and stuff. I also had the Toxic Crusader figures when I was like 7 or 8.
I had one.
And so that's like
I had 2.
94 or something.
And I also had this one that was a is this surfer bro with blonde hair, and his other half is like the head of a shark.
I'm trying to. I would like to look at that. Chris, pull it up. Chris, pull it up. Put it on the screen.
I am.
Jamie, can you pull that up?
I was even looking for my other Toxic Avenger. I'm like, what did I do with all my toys, man?
Chris is the guy in the chair.
Lost them over
the shark one? Is that what you said?
Yeah, a Toxic Crusader that had a shark head.
Okay.
Shark head.
Yeah, it's like a blonde guy on one side, and it's a great white on the other.
I'm gonna be pissed.
He's like a surfer or a surfer board, and like he's got like a surfer board in him somewhere. Like he just like mutated with the sea.
I remember very little about that cartoon. I remember seeing commercials when I was a kid, and I remember the games too. They had like an NES game, and
I don't
know too. I think.
There you go. So that's even more.
People with the mop.
That's it right there.
Cool.
Yeah, that's that. I had that Toxic Avenger. I don't know who that is.
Needs more pixels.
Toxic
Needs more pixels. Is that what you said, Chinese?
That's certainly a choice.
I recognize Toxic. I just what the hell is this one?
Yeah.
Dinosaur?
I'd love to hear the story behind the Toxic Crusaders and how that came to be, and how they thought that was like were they just
I don't know.
at the bottom of the barrel?
All I know about is that they're trying to clean up the planet. The Crusaders are, and from a group of aliens.
So basically, Toxic Crusaders is like Captain Planet for people who aren't douchebags.
Yes.
That's exactly it.
You don't got to be pretentious for this one.
That's right.
People like
this is cleaning up the planet without patting yourself on the back.
But just because we're on all of this, like I had never really considered. So there are so few properties. You have like Ninja Turtles and a few others that have like toys, cartoons, movies, comics, video games. Like that's like the top. Fucking Toxie has that. That's crazy. You wouldn't imagine that for some like obscure Troma. He has the toys, the video game, right? We just said he has a video game, even though I didn't know it. He had a Nintendo game.
Yeah.
The comic. Yeah. So like, what a cool thing to say. Like he's like, he's up there with like some like of our like top echelon horror characters in a way.
Yeah.
Well, he has a marketable look. Very, for some reason.
Yeah, I love
mop,
how
a mutant with a
they
mop is
describe
very
the Toxic
marketable.
Avengers, the Toxic Crusaders on here. It says it's however, the content of the Toxic Avenger films was arguably more controversial, featuring strong sexual content and intense violence created by New York-based Troma Inc., a company famous for low-budget films such as Chopper Chicks and Zombie Town. I do have that. Class of Nukem High, got that thing. And Sergeant Kabuki Man, NYPD.
Do you know who I think would
I'm
get
like,
along really
that's what
well?
they're known for.
Yo, I think Todd and Evan would fucking bounce off each other amazingly.
What, in the game?
No. On the Todd
It looks
Yeager
like
experience.
This is the new one that's coming out. I think this is the one that's coming out. It's December.
That looks
December
awesome.
of this year. It's a multiplayer side-scrolling beat 'em up done. Just that's kind of become the trend. Is they're taking these nostalgic properties and they're turning them into side-scrolling beat 'em ups. They've done one for Turtles. They did one for Power Rangers. They're doing one for He-Man. That's coming out next year.
No, that was what was that one game? Shoot,
Double Dragon.
River City Ransom.
Yeah, River City Ransom.
The same way.
Yeah, I remember that game. That game was wild. I played that a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah, I love that. I love that shit.
Yeah,
that one in Super Dodgeball is like the same kind of character.
Yeah, it's the same developer too. I think that may have been Atlas. They did a lot. They did a couple of dodgeball games, but they had that side-scrolling RPG beat 'em up style. It was really, really solid.
Yeah. I just remember wasting a lot of time in the arcade.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot of quarters.
My shit was Tekken.
Any opportunity you can get to.
All right,
Can I show you all?
I mean, so you guys didn't. So what do you thought about the effects? I mean, what do you think about the acting?
The acting?
Actually, you know what? What do you think about the characters? Because they're completely like different from the movie. I mean, even the fact, like, even the main character is a different character. That's why, like, if you think about it as a different movie, it's good. And this is the same. This is the same problem that I had with the Child's Play remake with Aubrey Plaza. I liked it a lot. I liked it a whole lot. Do I consider it, a Chucky movie? No. Like, I feel like that was just something that they could have put in any other property, or just make their own with like what they did with Megan and all that shit. And that way, you're starting something new. You're not just taking the old shit and giving it a good gloss over and sending it back out.
Right.
It's like that whole thing was about voodoo dolls. So, but that's what I mean. Like, we watched the first one before this too on the Discord group, MonsterFam, and that was when like I started like noticing a lot of the differences and comparison contrast of what it is that movie to this one, and I just kept seeing like just this homegrown indie superhero movie that's just so bland. And it's just, everything about it, but it's made with love, and it doesn't give a shit, but it's also trying to send a good message. And it's, whatever, Toxie's for the kids. And then in this one, he just like happens to be, he's going on a, vengeance tour, and he just happens to be a hero,
I like your comparison right now to the Child's Play reboot, because that's what I also felt like it was. It was a Hollywood remake of something that we loved in the previous.
I feel like it's a screenplay that they took from something else and appropriated it into the whole King of Boodle, so that people see the name recognition as opposed to like something that they wouldn't know. And then, but there's where like the merchandising rights they think would come into it. And I'm thinking to myself, man, if it's like a completely original idea and you can self-sustain. Like Megan and all that shit, that was off of the TikTok video. But if they like were selling like figures and stuff like that and stuff to go with it, just merchandise the fuck out of it, then that would be like something that they could build off of. They just didn't do it. I don't know if you guys saw 2.0, but
Megan 2.0 or whatever. No, but
I saw it and I feel bad that I saw it.
But as far as like the first one, but that's what you kind of get when that you have something to take over with it, but. This one, I think, was a little bit more of a different genesis when they were coming up with the idea, because they said when back in like 2010 was when they were trying to do it with Schwarzenegger, and they were going to do it as the Toxic Crusaders. And then I think at that time, people's brains started going, and they're like, "Oh, okay. What if we wrote a Toxic Avenger script? You know, see if they buy it." So they did, and they shopped it around, and then Legendary Pictures picked it up, I guess, and then Troma had their back too on it. So
they had the full support, which is the opposite. So here's where. So it's so similar to Child's Play because also it's the first time that they've broken from the original storyline. You know, like Child's Play had the original storyline from '88 until 2018. They never and then they remade it, and then Don Mancini comes back and he takes it over again, and we get the TV show. TOXIE had the same storyline for 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we have our remake. But the opposite is that Lloyd actually supported it. Don hated the Child's Play remake, and so, but in a way, I kind of hope that this shows that we don't want the like slightly better Hollywood version. We want fucking Michael Hertz and Lloyd Kaufman to come back and give us a $2 million version or like a $500,000 version, and then that would blow the fuck up on DVD and on streaming, and they would make their money back in a second.
And this is what I would say too, is that from what I've understood and everything about how other people feel about it, like, whatever, because I listen to people for some reason, but they were saying like, this is exactly the movie that anyone who's a fan of Troma would love to see. Big budget movie. This is what they would get. So that's why I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I think too.
Do you think that this is the big? Do you think that this is the big budget version of what a Troma fan would want? You're saying,
but yeah, what Chunk was saying too about it, like it does sacrifice a lot by betraying those indie qualities.
Yeah. I think it could. I think it's a mid-budget film is the problem. If it were a big budget film and they went fucking balls to the wall, it could have been amazing.
Yeah, like 10, right?
But they sacrificed the indie properties, and they didn't have enough money to make it good enough to have sacrificed those properties. They should have used that $12 million to make the most amazing independent film you've ever seen. Like the cheapest. Like, imagine if they spent each one of those dollars like as if they had no money. That would have been amazing. As opposed to like, let's get Peter Dinklage and Kevin Bacon and fucking whatever. Elijah Wood probably didn't take a lot of money, but like if you're spending most of your money on the cast, thinking that that's going to be what brings people in, no, spend it all on the fucking effects and shit. Like,
right. Well,
they spent a good amount on this one, and I think like they did.
Yeah.
There wasn't enough practical effects. You guys are right about that. But it's like the head explosions and shit like that were they're worth it. They're worth it to me.
They were decent.
That was good.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I always compare it to, like with these old, when you're rebooting or remaking these old, horror, whatever films, cult films, is I imagine them the way, excuse me, Planet Terror was made, like Grindhouse. Like, I feel like if you have that vintage look to it, like it's like a Friday the 13th movie would look so much better if it had a vintage, dirty look to it than like what we had in 2000, not with the reboot. It just works better. I don't know. For me, and I don't think a new audience is going to appreciate it as much as an older audience. I don't think that's what they're really going for anyway,
Not if you didn't have any idea about the some sort of nostalgia effect of it. You
like,
wouldn't
I just
know.
picked
Like,
it
if you
up.
didn't know, you wouldn't know.
Right.
Agreed.
Evan, you're our host, and Chris, you're our. It's on your channel, but why don't we do some final thoughts? Because I actually got to like pop out of here in a couple minutes. Why don't we like?
Whenever you guys
want
to
go ahead? I'll go last.
You'll go last again. Why don't we do the same? Why don't we do the same order?
Yeah, we'll do the same order. All right.
What are your final thoughts,
like
Chris?
Said, I didn't think it was a bad movie. I don't want to say it was a terrible movie. I thought everybody was good. Peter Dinklage was good. Nobody was weak at anything they did. It just felt, I don't know. They could have did more. It just didn't feel like the movie that the movie that it was about. What they were basing it on. Now, if they want to go a whole different direction, then if it's a different movie in general, I don't know. But more gore could have been a little bit better.
What would you give it out of 5?
I'd give it a 3. I'd give it a 3 because it wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't, it wasn't bad acting, bad, wasn't terribly made. It just didn't feel like the movie it was going for.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
We do know what you mean.
I know what you
Frank
saying,
knows what
yes.
I mean.
I guess my final thoughts on the movie is that it was a little disappointing because you had high expectations for it coming out of the original version. But as disappointing as it wasn't a horrible movie, not at all. I mean, like I said, they had good effects, they had great kills, they had interesting characters. I think they just had. I think their intentions just got a little misaligned. They're like, let's get the star power so that we can get people to put eyeballs on this. And I think that was a misguided decision. I think you can, it says here that like 30 to 50% of the budget potentially went to that star power. I'm like, how much more could you have done if you hadn't gotten Kevin Bacon? I mean, yeah, Kevin Bacon's awesome to get in there, but you could have probably spent less money and gotten Hasselhoff and had just the same effect.
Even a significantly better effect.
Exactly. The Toxic Avenger with the Hoff? Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Now you got.
It's that kind of movie. That's exactly what I mean. It's not it's just some weird choices were made. I don't know.
Right.
That's like looking for a memeable moment there. They were hoping that Kevin Bacon would make something memeable, like same way Hoff would in that movie. I'm sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
Or like Elijah Wood on that scooter.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. But I mean, my final grade for it, I'd give it a 3 out of 5. I mean, 3.5 out of 5, because I'm not upset that I saw it. I'm not disappointed that I saw it. I'm just disappointed kind of way how it turned out. But it was still, a fun watch.
That's where I'm at, along the same lines. Slightly disappointing, but still, whenever I was engaged, whenever it was giving me what I wanted, then I was happy. I still don't understand why, again, the weird choices, like Chris says, were made. But hey, you got to take the good with the bad sometimes. And they gave me a great trailer. They sucked me in, and for what it was, it'll do. It'll do, pig. It'll do.
That'll do.
That'll do, pig. So did you give it out of 5?
I'm at a 4 because I.
Oh wow, 4.
Because the kills and the bonkersness, the little, like I said, for somebody that loves Troma, I got what I wanted. It tried, but it didn't follow through. It wasn't consistent with that feel. It strayed away in ways that I didn't understand what was going on, and I'm like, it's too much. It's starting to give a message, and I don't know what the message is.
I don't think it is either.
Can you put KT's? Yeah, there we go. As I start my review. Thank you, KT.
There we go.
I thought it was dog shit. I was expecting a Troma movie. My fault, I guess.
Know. Oh,
it is your fault. It is your fault, KT.
You're reading your IMDb review.
Shame.
Yeah. I'll start. I give it a 2.5. I won't even dangle the boo. And then, as everyone has talked about why they liked it, it reminds me so much about the Texas Chainsaw Netflix movie that came out a couple years ago. We're like,
oh my god, yeah,
that scene was so good. We're like,
it wasn't that bad, dude. It wasn't that bad.
But so it is that bad.
No, it's not.
It's so bad.
So that's I mean, and so you like
where he gets on the bus of a bunch of like social media influencers and just chainsaws them all up and everything.
Best part of the movie right there.
It was the only
thing I
good part of the
remember
movie,
from
not the
that.
best part. It was the only
was
good
the only
part.
good part.
And then they killed off a legacy character when it wasn't even the same actress who's still
Oh
alive.
no! What's her name? The one who got off, who survived at the end. I forget what her name is. Sally. Yeah.
Oh,
It
Yeah.
wasn't even the same actress, and she's available. They were just like, nah, we're just gonna recast her, kill her off.
So I guess that is my final thought. Is it felt kind of like that Texas Chainsaw to me, where it's like y'all are pulling for some of the scenes. You're like, that was such a good scene. You're like, yeah, but just because the rest of the movie fucking sucked, really. Like, like most of the movie kind of like sucked in a way. And so when you see them bash a brain in once, you're like, oh, that was so cool. And like, but similarly, similarly to when the Texas Chainsaw remake came out, I am gonna watch this 2 or 3 times this week now. And so that speaks to the fact that it is actually a well-made movie, and I am intrigued by it. And like 2.5 is half. I'm halfway there. I'm like split down the middle. Like and I was distracted chatting with y'all, so I feel like I may have missed some things here or there. And so I'm definitely gonna rewatch it. That's all.
Very good. I agree.
And you make
I'm fucking super high, this motherfucker. I'm sorry.
What?
I wish I was science.
No, well, it's weird because as you guys have been talking, it's like I've been kind of 2.5, 3. I start at 2.5. Frank, you make really good points, but the rest of y'all make pretty good points on the 3 as well. I think where it comes down to is whether or not you appreciate the kills more, and then if the jokes land. For me, the jokes were landing. You know, the vibe was kind of landing with me, and I started enjoying it a little bit more than I thought I would. I also went in with no expectations because I have no idea any of the lore when it comes to Toxic Avenger. So I can watch this in a vacuum and look at it in that regard without having to, worry about how I felt about the originals. Personally, like I was saying, I think the jokes landed just enough for me to push it from a flat 2. So I think I'm at a 3 with it. I would have to rewatch it just because I went through the chat. We were having a good time with it. So my memory of it is probably going to be with rose-colored eyeglasses. I'm going to be looking at it like, oh, everybody was kind of joking about it. The jokes were landing. I did think the acting was good. I know you guys said you wanted more over the top, but for me, it was just, with no expectations. To me, seeing Kevin Bacon drink some, toxic waste and turn into this whatever it is,
like
and fight Peter Dinklage. Yeah, something. To me, that was like, okay, this is different for me. I've never seen Kevin Bacon do something like that. So all in all, I had fun with it. I think the comic book kind of feel to it fit, the jokes fit, and the performances were just enough to get it to a 3. I could change it on rewatch, but it's around there.
Not to mention, Toxie having to pee on himself to escape captivity.
Yeah.
That happens.
Certainly pushes it up into a 3 for you, I'm sure.
It happens in the first one.
That took it up a little bit.
That's the kind of comedy that I look for in a movie, that kind of deep thought of peeing on yourself.
He's just pissing on the road and it's steaming up.
Acid pee like an alien.
That's right. At least I got that right.
Well,
I guess I'll give you my opinion. I loved it. I think it's the greatest movie of the year so far. I give it a 4.5 out of 5, and that's only because of that scene where he's battle rapping up to the stage. It just kind of pissed me off.
This explains,
and it's also not its own. It's not its own IP, so you can't give it a full 5 stars. I loved everything about it.
That's true.
That's an interesting rule of yours. Like Joe Bob has, you have to remove half a star if there's no boobs or something.
Yeah, no. That's another thing. Yeah, what is?
There was boobs. There was one.
What is the one thing this movie is missing, Frank?
No, there
were titties. Extremely briefly towards the end, there was one flash of titties.
Yeah,
20 minutes towards the end. You kidding me? I missed a whole bunch, but when there's, I'm like, oh my god, titty alert!
That changes everything.
The concert there was 3 people that flashed during the concert scene.
Exactly. There you go. It was at the end. Killer Nuts concert scene. Exactly.
Yep. Yeah,
they need to bring up the movie. Bring up the movie. Let's scrub through the.
Yeah, we have to find it now.
Here, I'll pull it up. Don't worry.
I like how the guy that was wearing the parrot head or whatever, and he's
That's-
like big wrestler guy, and then he's like scurrying off, and then you see the helmet. He's just got a really tiny head.
The baby head. I love
the baby head.
Oh my god!
And
Yeah.
like
That was
I was
so
like,
good.
I want a spin off of that character.
Yeah,
No, baby head. Oh.
I would watch that.
Did you find it, Frank?
No.
Yeah, he's one of the only ones that lives.
Oh no, I got it. No, this is the original one. Never mind. No, I can't
Yeah,
find it.
that's all that comes up is the original.
It's so brief. But if you have the movie and you can just scrub through it real quick, I know pretty much. I know the exact timestamp. No, I'm just kidding.
You flagged it.
1 hour,
Mark.
9 seconds.
No, we don't have to
Go.
do that. I'm just totally kidding. But there were hits in this movie. If you could do it real quick, you're good.
Web
But
pages are like just nails just going across, just like timeline of like when he opened each web page. It's like new page, new page, new page, new page, new
Not to
page.
mention, there's a butt shot as well. In
oh
the
my god, I
restaurant
get it. I
scene.
think I missed that. Oh well, that's a
Yeah.
man's butt.
But it's still a butt.
and then they tried to, and then they ripped the intestines out and stuff. And even so, I made the comment again in chat, and like this is always like I mentioned Psycho 8 before. So after school lunch special had better guts being pulled out of people, and these movies were made for so little money. and so Toxic Avenger, $12 million, and you have this quick 3-second like gut rip scene that like I
They
don't
were
know.
dry too. They had no sheen to them.
No, yeah, they didn't put any like I don't know what would you put on it, like
Astroglide or
lube?
something. I don't know. I don't work in movies.
Gloss.
I just judge
them. Sweet. Well, good times.
Well, all right. So you just want to sign off then? I guess we'll do our sign offs then.
Chuko, what are we doing next month? Are you hosting the next one?
I was looking for
Yeah,
those
well,
wait.
So-
Chuko.
Yeah. Do like a
no,
round
we're
table.
good. We're good. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna set up a plan. I have a semblance of a plan. Just kidding. Now this is technically our September MonsterFam Live, so we still got our October. I did see you in chat say something about hosting it on the 13th, but if you don't
kind
want
of
to
like
do
always talk shit through my fucking mouth when I don't see things are getting done. I'm like, let's just fucking.
I think
See,
I'm so glad
I've
you
said
noticed
it-
it though, because I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, I don't want to do that. So go on.
no, if you don't want to do it, I'm cool with being a the go-to host unless somebody jumps in. We'll do it on the second week. So we're gonna do MonsterFam Live on the 13th for sure.
Well, that's a Monday, and the only reason I thought about
never
that
mind
is it's because the 13th. I just like the 13th as a date, and even though if it's not a Friday 13th, I just threw it out there anyway for shits and giggles. So whatever.
This isn't gonna look very professional, but I'm on my phone checking the calendar. What about the 18th?
Yeah, there you go. Whatever the following Friday is. For that. Yeah.
Saturday or Friday?
2 Saturdays
Yeah.
from now.
Yeah.
I actually
that sounds
will
fun.
make. I think we should make a judgment call now, or maybe
I'm down
what
for it.
movie.
Yeah.
It's
So we
Halloween.
should do like a round robin.
Halloween
thing,
would
like
be
everyone
too
has
on the
to
nose.
Everyone, what
Halloween
Evans?
would be
Oh
too
yeah,
on the
that's
nose,
cool.
huh?
That was the idea at one point, Evan. Is that that is the idea. Is we go round robin from host to host to host. Exactly. Do you have a YouTube channel? Why are we on Christmas right
Yeah,
now?
I do. Yeah.
So why are we?
It's the Villainous Cinema. So you guys can look up what we have on there, which was just me like Skyping with a friend down in Costa Rica. We had like just a couple of things and just nothing really ever came of it. So
Next time you host, we'll use your channel if whatever. But so, what do we want to watch, Tuco? Or what are the ideas?
I think I want to talk about, just to keep it. No.
Why not?
He told me to
What are you
watch
afraid
it.
of?
Watch it on my own first. I think just for the
Chugo's
sake
never
of
seen
the
it.
holiday, for the name. Oh, you know what? Instead, I don't know how you guys feel about maybe a little double feature of Trick or Treat and Halloween 2018.
You're the most basic bitch.
What about VHS Halloween? Because that just came out.
VHS Halloween. That's that would be a good one.
Easy.
The first one
It's
was
better
bad.
than Halloween 2008.
If I had said 78, everybody would be like, "That's so basic." And then I see 2018, they're like, "That's even more basic."
That's basic.
You know what?
It's a remake of a remake.
You could have said both
Yeah.
trick or treats.
That's true.
How much more?
Trick or Yeah, there you go. We can do that.
Also, the 80s rock star one, the 80s rock star one,
Yeah.
and the Michael Dougherty one.
Yeah, yeah.
Trick or treat and trick or treat.
Trick
right?
or treat.
That's how they're spelled.
I think it,
Yeah,
You know, you know that.
It's the one that.
Let's do that.
You want to do
that
That's
that?
a good idea because that's
I
fun.
had an idea.
That's fun. That's fun, and it'll get me less slack.
Yeah.
I just climbed out of the Blumhouse level horror fan, and I got kicked right back into it by Frank just in a sentence, and it's fine. That's fine. No, but yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Plumber.
On the 18th, we'll do trick or treat and trick or treat, and I
maybe
can host.
maybe you're like Hulu level now.
Next
Like
one is
Hulu,
probably one of
Netflix.
the worst movies I've
Damn.
ever
Well,
fucking
in his defense,
I was-
the
It
20
made me so angry.
that was the best one of the trilogy, at least.
I was being defended. Please listen to Chris.
Right. I mean, that was the only good one of the trilogy, right?
Chris.
Everybody does it. What does
No,
everybody
it's a good
think?
movie.
Hey,
Next one.
I have a soft spot for the end of Kills, man. I think it was so cool, but that's just me.
Yeah.
All right, the end of
I
Kills.
wanted to like.
Never mind. We're not gonna.
How did it
I
end again? I
wanted
don't
to
even remember.
like
But whatever, we
Yeah.
can't get into all this. I got things to do.
Right.
No.
All right,
Yeah,
thanks,
that's
gotta go.
Break out the song and dance. That's all I remember.
Okay,
Why
but
don't
just
we do Trick or
to
Treat, man?
conclude,
That movie's fucking solid.
Chuco's Powerhouse Cinema here to conclude. Chuco's Powerhouse Cinema is hosting Trick or Treat, MonsterFam Live Talk on the
October
18th.
18th.
Time to be determined, but we're set on it here in front
Definitely
of the
not
world.
definitely not like 8 a.m. Right? Like you tried sometime.
No, please not.
Definitely not 8 a.m.
We can.
I
If
think
you
I'm
want.
supposed to get this done as
Evan
early as we
doesn't
can. I gotta go to
sleep.
the gym.
All right.
Yeah, no,
Anybody
this
else?
is it.
Anybody else have anything
He's-
to say? Wanna...
Both hungover, high, and sleep deprived. How you
Oh,
see this
everybody,
going?
You'll get the real
Yes,
opinions at that point.
right.
It's a fun time, guys. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so
Heck
much,
yeah.
Chris, for hosting, and
thank
you. No
Evan for
problem.
hosting as
And
well.
Evan for suggesting, yeah. And
Yeah.
hosting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll do that for the next one. And when are we doing that?
October 18th.
18th.
So if everyone could put it on the calendar, we'll have the same crew if we can, and if not, we'll fucking hide one of your bodies and get someone new.
Well, just.
Man.
All right,
Body
everybody.
bags.
Have a great day.
See y'all later. Thank you.
See you on the 18th.
Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye.